Good morning, pickers and grinners. Welcome to the FretJob. The FretJob is a live video podcast where we dig into the bones of the music world and we talk about pretty much anything with strings. The FretJob is brought to you live from Frizzell Guitars at 816 Stanford Road in Danville, Kentucky. That's Kentucky's premier guitar store and full service luthier shop. And I'm going to hand it over to my
Yes.
friend and co host, Mr. Brandon Edwards. He is the professional luthier and owner at Frizzell Guitars. Good morning, Brandon.
Hey. Hope you guys can hear me good and whatnot. Um, so, what is up, everybody? My name is Brandon Edwards. I'm the owner and luthier here at Frizzell Guitars. So, I'm the curator of all things stringed instruments. Um, a lot of cool stuff. And so, welcome to the Fret Job. And before we start, real quick, Crystal, thank you for following the Fret Job. We got a new follower.
Yeah. All right. I got a little bit of music news that I was going to mention. We've got the Grammys coming up. That's one thing. I'm not a huge Grammy person. I don't know every little person that's nominated or anything, but we do. My wife and I, we watch it. So that's coming up Sunday, and then we've also got a couple of people that from the music world that we've recently lost. Tom Verlaine, he was the front man for a punk band, the Televisions, and he was a pretty big deal back in the day. And he died at 73 years old. He was famous for playing Jaguars and Jazz Masters, which are really cool guitars that were kind of obscure back then, really. But anyhow, and then of course we lost David Crosby.
Crosby,
The
Still, Nash.
Birds, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and Young. Um, so that's a couple people that the music world. Those are pretty big
Yeah, so
losses
I
there.
got some music news
What do you got?
as well. So those of y'all that listen
Hopefully,
to
it's better than mine.
so y'all seen the starting soon screen. Y'all heard the music that was playing. My buddy Jeff Stauffer, he's a real famous TikTok star. We're building him a guitar. I'm building him a guitar here in the store. He's a really great new country music artist. Used to be and stuff. Well, he turned a Britney Spears song into a country song, and it went viral on TikTok. And not only did it go viral, but it also made the news. It's being played on local radio stations all
Cool.
around, big cumulus stations. People think it's incredible. He is really blown up even more. So before that ever happened, he had I want to say 50.5 thousand followers on TikTok. I mean, he's pretty much blown up on all social media, all social media platform, but especially TikTok. Y'all may have heard him. He did like the country intros you recognize right away. TikToks, those are what got him kind of known and famous. And he's a really really awesome guy to talk to and to get to know. And he's a blessing to be around. And go listen to that song. It's called "Baby One More Time." He did turn a Britney Spears song into a country song. And I want to tell you what, that song is like, I can't hear it the other way. And everybody knows the other way of that song. And it's like his version is just like the OG. His version is like, is great. And I mean, it's just so
But
catchy.
not the OG.
Yeah. Well, but it's just really great song, and it's a really
Yeah.
great. Go check Jeff out. He's got a lot of cool songs, and we appreciate you. We're glad that we're back here for the Fret Job. I've missed everybody. I've missed being able
Absolutely.
to go live, but
You've
but
changed a bunch of stuff around in the shop recently.
yes, that too. And I'll mention something. Those of y'all that are familiar with the Fret Job, some of y'all are not. One of our very own, Rick Poole, had a little spell there, and and he's one of our great friends, and if
The
you all could just still keep him in your thoughts and prayers.
shout out. We're glad Rick's home and doing
Yes,
better.
yes, like we are
Um,
100% shout out. We are 100% ready to go, and we just shout out to him that he's doing well, and if you ever got to meet Rick, Richard Poor Rick in person. He is give his shirt off his back for anybody. He is a very humble guy, very humble man, and he's a great guy to look up to and a great guy to admire. And
Yeah,
he's a really cool cat.
absolutely, man. One of my biggest buddies. Um, what's new in the shop, man? I mean, I know you revamped your connection with the hat guy, and you got hats going,
Yep.
and
So
kind
we'll
of
talk
up
about
that up.
that. So we got Bourbon Bull Boutique. He makes his own clothing line right here in Danville on Main Street, out of his
Cool.
apartment or whatever.
Yeah,
His
they're
name
really
is yeah.
cool hats too.
His name is Carlos Nunes. He's an incredible dude. I mean, I really, really, really. Carlos is a great guy to be around. He's really chill, really cool and stuff. And I'm really
Makes
proud
cool
of
hats.
yeah. I'm really proud of this dude. He's doing something, busting his chops, making these hats, and they're great. Hey, look, I've got 2 hats and stuff, and my dad's got a hat, and I've got a hat, but
You got some new guitars on the wall
Yeah.
in there. But
Yeah.
you kind of replenished the wall and moved things around and
yeah, I've
it
been
looks
trying to
good in
add
there.
more guitars, man. I've been trying to really focus on the sales floor side, and
What kind of new stuff you got in there?
I've got some. So we done away with Austin, and I'll just go ahead and come out and make a public service announcement about this. Austin was an okay brand, but I could get something that was about 3 times as better for about $20 more of the
Yeah.
price, and I went with it. And some of the Austins were coming in, and they needed, some of them needed work, and the quality of some of them, I'll be real, were not up to what I wanted to see on the shelf as a luthier.
Yeah.
And I look at things differently, and I'm like, well, somebody's paying that price, and for 20 extra bucks, I can get something
Yeah.
that's got so many more features,
Yeah.
better
Just
looking.
looks better too.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, they do look better. So you got Oscar Schmidt
Yes.
in place of
And
the
they're
Austin
and they're
in that
Washburn,
range of guitar.
and then I've got Washburn acoustics coming, and then of course we got the lag. Those lags, man, are incredible. Y'all got to
Yeah.
come in and try one out for yourself. We've got amps, and we've got all kinds of stuff, all kinds of goodies in the store that we're
Yeah, you
working
got a
on.
cool amp. I mean, a little
A Vox.
tube amp in there.
Yeah.
Got a little Vox tube amp in there. Y'all should go check that out, man. Somebody needs to scoop that up before it gets gone because it's a good looking little amp, man. It's probably
Yeah.
got some vintage vibes to it.
So we've got some super rad stuff in the store. We've got a lot of really cool stuff in the store.
Yeah. And the place is looking good too.
Yeah, the place is looking real good. We got records now. I moved the pedal board.
Yeah, I forgot about the
Yeah.
records.
I also moved the pedals over there, so Elvis is gone. So we'll just have a little. Let's just. I'll tell you why Elvis is gone, and then
Yeah,
let's have But first, let's have a little moment of silence for Elvis.
And Elvis's daughter just passed away. I
So
forgot.
we'll have a
to
double
mention
moment of
that.
silence. All right. So to talk about Elvis and to get rid of Elvis is like some people were
Well, you're
like,
gonna have to tell them what Elvis is, because some people might not have noticed
okay,
it.
yeah. So Elvis was a display that I had hanging on the wall, a cardboard cutout and the guitar, and Elvis was holding the guitar and the cardboard cutout, and I had all kinds of Elvis memorabilia around it that was collectible. I loved Elvis, and some people are more sad than Jonathan because they remember when I got the guitar down in Nashville. I was talking to my luthier buddy Jesse that I graduated luthier school with the other day, and he was real sad to see it go because he remembers when I 1st
I'd
got the
say
guitar.
so.
But I hit a realization. It was like a Saturday evening, and I was in bed laying, and I was watching some videos on my phone, and I had a realization. I said, Elvis is there. Elvis is cool. I could put Elvis in my whatever. But I said the realization is I really didn't have a space for Elvis, and I said I need to revamp the store. I need to redo things. I need to add more room for productivity.
Yeah.
And stuff. And I said, Elvis has got to go. Elvis is not making me any money. Elvis
It was
is
an
just,
Epiphone.
Yeah.
For those, full disclosure, for those of y'all that don't know, Elvis also included what he's calling Elvis is a whole package deal that also included an Epiphone jumbo,
Elvis, yeah.
like a J200 Elvis model guitar. So we're
And
talking about stuff here.
it didn't last long. It probably when I put it, so I decided just to get rid of it all. No room
Yeah.
for it. Clear room for more inventory. The thing is I'll have plenty of opportunities down the road to get cool stuff, and that's a cool piece. But the thing is things have got to go, and I'm only holding on to super super special stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's always about me trying to make more, do more, and it's just really trying to revamp the image. We got new logo, we got a secondary logo that hangs outside. I'm working on some other stuff out, some other new signage outside. We're just really trying to make this one of the coolest places in Central Kentucky, and
Yeah.
I'm eventually trying to make this one of the coolest places. But it takes time. I tell
Yeah.
people this. You
Takes a lot of
know,
work, man.
some people they come out here. Some people they have help. They have unlimited funds to get to, and they get. I'm a single man doing this by myself. I'm furnishing everything that's in this store. I'm working hard to make it what it is. I'm not having nobody walk out here and hand me hundreds of thousands of dollars,
Yeah.
and say, "Hey, this is all done by me." I'm 25 years old, and everything that's in this store, I worked
Yeah.
to build up. You know, I've had
It's a lot
decorating
of
help,
work,
and
man.
I've had help, as far as physical labor. I've had help people decorate the store and help,
Yeah.
different stuff like that. But as far as financially, I've really done almost all of it by myself.
Yeah. It's a
And
lot of work,
yeah,
man. It
it's
takes
a
a lot
lot
of
of work,
commitment to do stuff like that.
you know.
Um,
Go ahead.
I wanted to talk a little bit today about body shape of guitars, acoustic guitars.
Oh, I thought you
Uh,
meant my body shape because it ain't good.
I
I'm a little curvy. No.
don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this dude. Anyway, there's a bunch of different. You've got your standard dreadnought shapes, and then you've got OMs, all the way down to these little parlor guitars, and all the way up to these jumbo size guitars. And outside of the size, you know, is it all about what it looks like, or how much do you think body shape affects sound?
Okay, so it does. It affects how loud it gets. We'll start with there.
Yeah, because most of them are different sizes. Most of the different body shapes are different sizes.
And I'm gonna ask you a question here in a minute. And like I've seen, I'll ask it to you now. So we'll start. We'll start off small. So I played a Guitar Hero a while back that was the same body size, everything. It's thin as that the lags I got in there,
Yeah.
and it was not loud at all. What is the difference? Like, what do you think makes those lags so loud compared to other stuff?
I mean, it's got to be. I mean, this isn't science to me because it's just stuff I read all the time. I mean, it's got so much to do with the way things are constructed, the way
That too,
guitars,
and I don't know,
the bracing and all that. I guess that's this. It's just the quality of the construction and the quality of the materials. I mean,
yeah. And those lags are quality. And like thing I'll mention to people, a lot of tone, people think tone comes from just the top wood. The back and sides do have a little bit of effect, but what has the biggest effect on tone, people don't realize this, is the tone braces. Those are what has
Yeah.
the biggest effect on the tone. If it's if it's how bright it is to how not so bright. To that really has the biggest effect. I mean, yes, the wood has an effect on it
yeah.
too.
Obviously, you're talking about solid tops.
Yes.
It's like if you're talking about like plywood like tops or laminate tops, you can't make a laminate top sound very good. I haven't seen anybody be able to make a laminate top sound very good, but yeah, you can change it a bunch by the way things are braced.
Yes, and I agree like 100% with his statement there. Is you
Yeah.
can change so much with just how a guitar is braced
Yeah.
and stuff. Isn't there
Like
a
you don't want to have random pieces of wood glued under the top of your guitar.
Yes, we've seen that here lately.
Yeah.
Public service announcement again. I'll make another public service announcement, and I'll just say this: keep it short, sweet, and simple. Know where you're taking your guitar to get fixed at. Know the credentials of the person fixing your guitar. If they have experience, what kind of stuff, and how will they know? Don't just take it to anybody, especially somebody that's never fixed a guitar before in their life.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
But yeah, I think body shape to me, I mean, most of my guitars are small right now, and I'm kind of wanting I'm kind of wanting something bigger, but I still want it to be comfortable. So I'm kind of leaning towards like a slope shoulder dreadnought or a big bodied like a triple O or a double O. That's what I'm kind of, a double O's getting smaller though. That's not very far away from a parlor. But right now, my main guitar that I play most of the time is a little parlor.
Is
Uh,
it the Pono or the Eastman?
the Pono, I play it most of the time. And then I've got that Martin, I play it a little bit, but I'm wanting something that's more like the Pono, but bigger. Now, I
Okay.
thought about getting a bigger Pono, but then, there's some other things you know, can't quit thinking
Yeah.
about. We
So
may go on a road trip here pretty soon. We
that's
won't tell
right.
anybody about our destinations.
We'll vlog it too.
Yeah, we may do that. Yeah.
We'll vlog it, and we'll go on a little road trip and stuff, and we'll go visit a place that's pretty cool. So, uh, you know, another cool thing, it's really cool, and I'll mention this is it's really cool to see people's. We're talking about instruments here. We're talking about guitar, all kinds. It's really cool to see people's love of music. It's cool to meet people and to see people and to see their love of music and how cool it is. Because there's a lot of people out there that just some really cool stuff.
You're
I
just so
pulled a
distracted right now.
I pulled a Jonathan, yes. So anyway, it's just really good to see people's love of music. That's what I'll say. Is
That's all he can think of right now because he's got phone calls coming in.
no, that was just me. I pulled a Jonathan recorder and I forgot to turn my volume down when I
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah,
So,
well, I do that every once in a while.
but yeah,
I try to keep from doing it, but sometimes it slips through on you. But anyway, what we were talking about was guitar body shapes and
yes,
how much it affects. Looks like we got some people on here now.
yeah.
And do we think it affects the sound? Y'all let us know. You think it affects the sound more at all? Do you think I mean, other
It
than the size differences,
other than the volume.
like cutaways and stuff like that. I mean, how much do you think cutaways affect sound? Or is it all just a comfort and a fret accessibility thing?
Other than like sound, like volume, how much do you think it affects? Like
Yeah.
other than true
Yeah, because most of them are
yeah.
different sizes. It's a hard question, but some of them are similar. Like a Grand Auditorium Taylor is a little bit different shape than, an OM, but they're real similar.
Okay. And you're talking about body shapes. Here's something I seen like a week ago, is a Flying V body shape guitar.
Acoustic,
Yep.
yeah, I've seen a couple of those.
Talking
Yeah,
Meanie makes one. I think Dean made one. But
yeah, I
how do you
think the one
think
I saw was a Dean.
how do you think the sound how do you think that sounds with that shape?
I'd say if you built it like a boutique guitar or built it like a good guitar, I think it would probably be all right. But I'd say the one you saw was probably a cheaper end guitar.
Um Here's a question. How do they get the block in there for the other end? Like, you have a block on both ends.
See, that's something a luthier would think about. Yeah,
Yeah, that's something I would think about. If it even has a block on one
yeah,
end.
yeah.
Um, we'll talk about okay. Here's another question. What kind of wood? And I'm gonna answer this. What kind of wood would you see that you would not recommend? You would not want to see on the top of a guitar.
Oak.
Oak.
Yeah.
Yeah, oak's not really good
I
to
wouldn't
build
want to see
guitars in general.
rosewood on top of a
Yeah.
guitar either. It's a
So
good guitar wood, but it's not good for the top.
oak.
A lot of people like mahogany tops. Are you a big fan of a mahogany top?
No.
No, I mean,
I'm a
some
cedar.
people
I
love
like
'em.
cedar or spruce. I'll be
Yeah, me
honest with
too.
you. I'll tell you
Some
what.
people love mahogany though.
People ask, well, why can't you make a guitar out of oak? A, it's not a tone wood. And B, oak can't, because you make oak is too dense. Oak just don't.
Larraby's making a silver oak guitar right now.
But just straight oak can be used as anything, top, side, back. It's really hard to use because
Yeah.
it's so fragile and
It
stuff,
does get used every once in a while.
and it's hard to make smooth. It's
Yeah.
hard. Oak is really hard to in a special way to shape.
There's a dulcimer company there. I think they're called Folkcraft Instruments, and I used to look at their catalog a lot. And they make some dulcimers that are made out of some old holy oak, and it's got holes all in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're cool looking. But in a dulcimer, the back and sides wood
So I had a friend.
matters
Yeah,
even less.
I had a friend. He used part of the oak pew from the Ryman Auditorium and made a guitar.
Yeah, and I bet you can make them sound good if you put a good top on it and you build it right. You can make oak sound good. It's just
You
not
can't.
ideal.
It's just really not. It's hard. It takes a lot more skill than any other wood because the way it chips out and the way it sands and
Yeah.
it's
and it's going to probably make a really bright guitar. Probably because it's so hard.
The wood's soft, too soft is what we're meaning.
Well, it's actually hard. Oak
it is
hard.
but it's kind of got a weird in between. It's hard to explain it.
Yeah.
For me at least. Another thing that you wouldn't typically see is I seen somebody here the other day. They made an acoustic guitar out of what was it? It was Bradford pear.
That's weird.
They took a Bradford pear and made acoustic back and sides.
That is weird.
Yes.
But that was a small guitar.
No. This was a normal dreadnought style. They had found a tree that I guess was really, really big.
You can make it in pieces, like 3-piece back.
Yeah, they made it in two. They found a tree that was really, really big. And they end up killing. Yeah, but it was so weird. It sounded so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say so. I'd say it's soft. Really soft.
Really soft. They also made the bridge out of Bradford pear.
Wow.
The neck, back, and sides was Bradford pear, and the fingerboard was cherry.
Huh. That is odd.
It was very odd. So, here's another question I'll ask you. People now are coming up with weirder shapes than the traditional shapes for acoustic guitars. Where's a point where you draw the line and say no, that's just too weird. That's just not. That just don't.
All right.
Just don't
You ever
right.
saw the Parker acoustics?
Yeah, I've fixed one.
Have those odd
Yep, Parker Fly.
Well, that's their electrics. I don't know if their acoustics are called flies, but yeah.
But I worked on a Parker Fly guitar, and a funny story.
Had that funny headstock on it. Yeah.
And I'll tell you this: out of everybody in the whole world, you can imagine the lead guitar player for Alabama. That's what he played, was a Parker Fly electric guitar.
Yeah.
And it was
They
so
made
weird.
One called a Parker Fly Mojo. I remember that.
And what was so weird about this guitar, and Colby knows that guitar because he's the one that brought it in, is you would not expect to see Alabama playing a Parker Fly guitar on stage.
No, they're wild.
Yes,
guitar.
especially it was solid. It was like lime green, so it really looked
Wow.
weird for Alabama. You think Alabama, Telecaster, what you're gonna see on stage, but no, he walks out with this really, really neon green, lime green Parker Fly guitar that sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
But it's like, here a while back, the lead guitar player for Alabama died.
Yeah.
That was sad. I love Alabama, man. It doesn't get any better than going down the road and an Alabama song come on.
Yeah, that's a lot of doom and gloom, man. We got that Verlaine, Crosby, Lisa Marie Presley, and
yeah. Let us know what's your favorite Alabama song. What's yours?
I don't know, man. I haven't listened to them much since I was a kid, but when I was a kid, my dad used to listen to them. I heard them a lot as a kid.
My all-time
They've got
favorite.
a lot of good songs.
Yeah.
They got a lot of songs that are catchy in your head, man.
My
And a lot
favorite
of
is
them I
Mountain
can't
Music.
even name.
Mountain
Music.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a good one. So
I remember when I was a kid, I used to walk around telling people sweet potato pie, and I shut my mouth. I'd go around. Yeah,
I bet
I remember
that's funny. Sweet potato pie and shut my mouth. No.
that. Yeah, I remember as a kid going around saying that.
Sweet potato pie and y'all shut your mouth now.
Funny how you remember.
Oh yeah.
You have memories that are attached to some song back in the day.
So I remember growing up, my father always listened to. He would ACDC be blaring one moment down the road, and then next thing you know, Randy Travis would be coming on. Then after that, it'd be Def Leppard, and then after that, it'd be like Trace Atkins. And he, I mean, always. He was
When
just
we were
Trace. It was so weird his music taste.
when my wife and I were teenagers, like seniors in high school.
Was this when you were courting?
Yeah, well, like senior year in high school, and the year after that, I think both of those years we went to Thunder over Louisville. And I always, when I think about those trips that we took up there, I always think about the songs we listened to on the way up there. And we listened to like Leonard Skinner and CCR and songs like, old songs like that all the way up there, old hippie songs. But we loved it, man. But yeah, I always think of the music when I think of the memories.
Yeah. So somebody somebody's gonna comment on here. I've never heard it be called courting in 20 years. I did that on purpose though. But
is there anything coming up in as far as shows that you know of that are coming up?
So here's a very important show. So this Thursday, Trailer Trash Band is getting back, and they're playing an acoustic show. Sammy and Tim Riedenauer is playing up at Bricks and Brews. Y'all don't know.
So these are local guys?
Yeah, but they almost made it big. Everybody knows Trailer Trash. They opened for John Michael Montgomery. Really, 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 really big thing. I mean, they were like the house band at John Michael Montgomery's place up in Nicholasville.
Where are they playing at?
Bricks and Brews, just acoustically, him and so. They're two great people. Go see that. Go support that. Speaking of shows, I had a show Saturday night or Friday night. Thanks to everybody that came out. That was an incredibly fun show, man. It was great to hear people singing every word to every song, man. The crowd was on fire. And I enjoy having a crowd that was on fire. And I'll tell you what, it just felt so great to get out and to play live music. And Keisha was a little bit under the weather. She was not sure how she would do. She was nervous because she was under the weather. But it was like when she got there,
knocked it out of the park anyway.
Yeah, she knocked it out of the park, and you couldn't even tell that she was under, but she knocked it out of the park, and I really appreciate her for letting me get to play with her. It's fun. Yeah. It's a fun moment and stuff, and seeing people sing every word to a song that you wrote or not wrote, but a song you play and stuff, and to see people smile and enjoy live music, man, that warms my heart.
Yeah.
I mean, that really, 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 really warms my heart.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun playing, man. I mean, I love playing at home and stuff, but it's just different, man, when you play for other people.
And thanks to Christian.
It's different when you play with other people, too.
And thanks to my buddy Christian Hall, he got up and sang a couple songs. He's a friend I recently made. He's a customer of mine. I made the store, but he's a really awesome guy. And I just want to say thank you to Christian for getting up. He sang a couple songs. He was really talented. But it was an incredible evening. And we sing all the goodies, all the old female country songs.
Y'all get any more days coming up that you're going to be playing?
We're looking to book. So right now, at the moment, no. But if you want live music, hit me up. I do the booking and whatnot, and we can talk about that.
Cool.
But and thanks to the restaurant Mi Pueblo, Isabella has been absolutely incredibly amazing to us. Yeah. And stuff, and
yeah, they got great food too, man. I mean, I love their food.
So, yeah, I mean, I love their food. So yeah, we talked to. Go ahead.
No,
I just saying. I was saying we talked about body shape, and we took a little break and talked about some live music and stuff, and
y'all shoot us your thoughts on the effects of the shape of acoustic guitar
Yeah.
bodies.
And another thing, I'm going to ask you this question. It's going to kind of stem into today or the topic we've been talking about. Do you think neck wood affects the tone of a guitar?
I do. Y'all tell us what you think.
Yeah. I'm going to plead the fifth on that one.
Yeah.
Not gonna give my input on that one because I want to hear what you all think.
All right.
And so
Well, man, it's been a good episode. I'm glad we got back going again. Hopefully, we can keep our episodes rolling as steadily as we can. It's sometimes hard to do, but we do the best we can. We appreciate you all watching, and shoot us some ideas for future episodes, future topics, whatever you want to talk about. Let us know, and y'all have a good week, and we will see you next time.
ciao, everybody.